Hey guys, this is Adam from Genetic Sessions again, just coming to do a bit of a how-to on probably one of my favourite power moves, which is swipes. Now for you guys that attend class regularly, you probably know how to do this. We did a bit of work on this before the COVID thing hit, so hopefully you're keeping practicing, you're keeping up your technique and you're getting more used to it. For those of you who don't know how to do it, here's the basic rundown. So swipes is a little bit like trying to do a cartwheel from leaning back. The most simple way of doing it is to do what's commonly known as a baby swipe or a low swipe. So when you do a full swipe, you want to be quite high up. You want to have your hips right the way up here, so you want to be more like a table. What we're going to do is starting from bog standard footwork position. So to do it, you're going to start in footwork position, throw one hand over like you were doing the cartwheel, throw the other hand over, and then obviously that's going to make you get to a point where your feet have to do something. Because once you can't put both hands and both feet on the floor without twisting. So what's going to happen is this other hand's going to come over, you're then going to jump with both feet as though you're doing a very small cartwheel, and you're going to hop over. That is the absolute basic version of doing a swipe. Now one of the actions that you're going to need to get used to get more comfortable doing it smoothly is once you've got used to that overall action of hand over, turning and jumping, is you want to be able to do it quickly. So the next thing is to get used to changing hands. So the move you want to do is this. So it's keeping both feet on the floor, and you want to go through a point in the middle where both hands are off the deck. That's going to give you a little bit of power, which means that the next time you do one, instead of it being hand, hand, it's going to look a bit more like this. So you've got a little bit more explosive power because you're used to doing the hand hops. It might take you a while to get to that point, but it's well worth getting to because it suddenly means that it looks a lot more impressive. Now, while I've been doing these, what I've actually been doing is moving sideways, haven't I? So I've been starting here and then I'm ending here. When you've got used to doing the move, you don't want that travel if you can avoid it. So the next thing to get used to is putting your hands down closer. Now, one of the big things that will make a difference, I'm going to turn around and face the other way for this, is instead of putting your hands down and going like that, what you want to do is that first hand wants to come down as close to the hand that's starting on the floor as you can. So a little bit like this. Because what that does is it stops you from travelling sideways. When you get used to doing the move more regularly, you'll be able to find that extra bit of reach that just means you can stay in place. Ideally, what you want to be able to do is either stay completely on the spot or stay on the spot and essentially rotate round in place. That's all to do with how you put your legs, but that's a lot easier when you start doing the higher up swipes. So the next thing you want to do, once you've got used to doing the small swipes down here, is you want to start getting more used to raising your hips. It does hurt the first few times, but ultimately what you want to do is progress from being crouching down like this, having your feet a little bit further out, and your starting point should make you look a little bit more like a table. My hips are drooping ever so slightly, but you don't want them all the way down here. The one thing you want to avoid is bowing in the middle in between your swipes. So ideally, what you want to be doing is getting used to that position, just doing hip raises, getting used to changing from side to side, and then once you're a bit more used to it, you add it all together, you end up with a large swipe which looks a bit more like this. Got to make sure I don't hit my fence now. Now obviously that was a little bit clunky, I was pausing in between, partly because I'm very much aware of being near a fence. When you've got enough space on the dance floor, you should be able to just keep that going. And the idea is that, as with all power moves, you can keep it going as long as you've got the power. So hopefully that's been helpful. Looking forward to seeing a few more of you guys pulling off swipes in the near future. Have a great one, stay safe.